So we're very fortunate and very lucky to have Germany represented here with two really extraordinary leaders. And Francis, if you wouldn't mind. Carolyn Guy is the honorary consul for Germany, and she's here in the audience. And Francis, I think of as not just Germany, but an extraordinary global leader. Some of you probably know Rolf's salon. By far, it's the best salon in the US and certainly within Arizona. And she plays a leadership role at Rolf's at Doubletree and Scottsdale Road. But way more than that, Francis has been a leader in global for many years, beginning with her birth in Germany and of the Senate of Economy out of Germany. She's also got a huge project she's working on. She's probably not prepared to talk about it here today, but it's all about the world and the getting people to recognize the value of our world and climate change and getting young people and women more integrated into business and into having an impact on changing the future of the world. She's also played a key role, in fact, the leadership role in getting the beauty industry to recognize the value for young people to enter the industry and the value that they create within our society. And so she's worked with L'Oreal and ASU to actually get a degree, for people in that industry. So I probably butchered that background a little bit. It's not nearly as great and amazing as she is. She's really extraordinary. But I thought, while Mr. Shih, who is an extraordinary leader, while he's presenting, we'll be listening to what he has to say. And then when he's finished, he's agreed to allow a few questions, and Francis and I will ask any questions. And so, Francis, what did I get wrong in the introduction of you, please? I'm sorry.
I don't know if this is on or. Hello. Does it work? Yes. Thank you so much. It's so wonderful to be here with all of you, and I'm looking forward to the presentation that is about to happen. And so happy to be here with Global Chamber, Doug, all of you.
So Francis, also, to full transparency, 1 week ago, Tuesday, Dr. Sanjeev Kagram, as co-leader of the Global Council at Global Chamber, we started that. It's basically an advisory board for Global Chamber. And as he was looking at leaders around the world that could help Global Chamber and support our success, he reached out to Francis, maybe through my introduction. I'm not sure. Did you guys know each other before? Okay. So Francis, we got Francis connected to Dr. Kagram, and the rest hopefully will be history. Hopefully we can create something bigger and better and more significant through her and Dr. Kagram's involvement with Global Chamber. So both of us here are both honored, though, to whatever we end up doing. It's hard to imagine having the impact of Mr. Shih. Stan Shih co-founded Acer in the early 1970s. And not only was he a significant player for Acer, but he just basically became a global icon in business because of his leadership in technology, his leadership in advancing business in Taiwan. He's an honored figure, not just now in Taiwan, but around the world. He subsequently now is on the board of directors for TSMC. He has his own foundation, the Stan Shih Foundation. He's zooming in from Taiwan, and he's graciously agreed to share information for us on his view of what's happening in the world, and then has agreed to allow a couple questions afterwards. The reason why he's here goes back to how we started today, and that is Thunderbird School of Global Management is amazing. It's the #1 school for international trade in the world over and over, this year included. And they have a long-standing relationship with Acer and Mr. Shih, and that's why he's here today. And we're graciously just so pleased to have him. Mr. Shih, thank you for speaking at Global Chamber. We look forward to learning more from you today, and so please go ahead. Hopefully, we have presented you in the correct light.
Okay. Thank you. Good afternoon in the US, and I'm in very early in the morning here. So before I cannot control. Let me see. Okay. Before I talking about semiconductor, because that is my background, and also doing a lot of application for semiconductor, I like to talking about the leadership first. The new Wang Dao means King's Way is 2,500 years ago by Mencius. And today is the leader's way. So when I start the company in 1976, I always applied the Wang Dao approach. The key as a leader have to create value and make sure all the balance of the interest to all the stakeholders, and then make sure the sustainability development. So talking about value is important to understand. They have a 6 aspect of the value: direct, indirect, tangible, intangible, present, and the future. And the people usually look into the visible value, but as a leader, the invisible value become more critical. So make sure invest for the future invisible value. That means the intangible and the indirect, using your current visual cost. And the balance of interest, because you have to make sure we have a motivation to have to all the stakeholders to co-create the value, and the relative balance is not the absolute balance. So, and also dynamic adjuster for the new the interest for every stakeholders. So talking about today's subject about semiconductor is chip evolution from transistor, IC, LSI, large scale integrated circuit, very large scale integrated circuit. And today, actually, CPU in the early days is 1 billion transistor, and today GPU is 10 billion transistor. So the application is all talking about computing. So 4 bits of the CPU is calculator, and then watch, PC, server. The recently is AI PC, and then we are talking about all the AI computing center. Actually, is from the microprocessor, because technology is from the micrometer to the nanometer right now. So more and more computing power is required. Actually, beside that, all the sensor, the LED display, and also the lens, the mechanical electronic, the device, all relate to semiconductor. And also solar cell is semiconductor. So it's very, very popular application. And I like to talking about the global industry is related from the vertical integration to vertical disintegration. That means original every function of the supply chain is in one country or in one company, but right now it's better to become disintegration. Maybe every player focus on their expertise to make sure they are expert, the best in the lab. In the 1989, I could have a vision for Taiwan called High-Tech Island Global Citizen. High-Tech Island means the high-tech is the area we can create more and more value from Taiwan. And global citizen means in order to deliver our value to globally, we have to treat ourselves as a local corporate citizen, and looking into the balance of interest. of all the stakeholders. And now, because from vertical integration to disintegration, so it's a paradigm shift from in the computer industry, in the semiconductor industry. In the 1991 Harvard Business Review, talking about the future of the computer is computer company, and the first is semiconductor company. But the initial actually is from Taiwan. 1983 is announced the brand PC, because that time there is no relabeling business, only the own brand business. Outside of Taiwan, they recognize Taiwan have this capability. 1987, TSMC launched a new foundry service. Okay, so this is the paradigm shift. But in that time, only one company against this argument. That is Intel. They are still keep in a IDM approach, integrated device manufacturing. Actually, all the IDM in US or in Europe, they all ask the foundry service to do their new application of the devices, because they cannot afford to continue to invest into the update of the semiconductor technology and also the freight. So this is and right now the Intel still don't know where to go. And in the 1992, when I re-engineered ASA, I using this chart, the smiling curve, to convince the Taiwan should move all the PC assembly outside of the Taiwan. And finally, I successfully convinced our manufacturing unit in Taiwan and move to the marketplace about 42 assembly line outside of the Taiwan, close to the market. And we are focused on the intellectual property development, R&D, and also branding, the marketing and the service. So in the pattern, you should know R&D is global competition, but the marketing is local competition. And here again, why become a vertical disintegration? Because they can focus on their area they active, and then make it simple to manage, so may become more competitive. And after every divide of the function, they need a consolidation in the long run, because horizontal is integrated, because we need a scale and also cost-effective approach. This is my way of understanding the ecosystem or supply chain. And then recently I come out the new smiling curve called multi-dimension. Is target for user-centric for better experience. User is the one we like to create the real value, and the better experience is really end-to-end, how we can have a better integration. So this is sharing and the resources we call share economy, and also experience economy approach. So this is the end-to-end have to become a very important consideration. That means maybe you call it a business model approach. Okay, this one we need to transformation of the mindset, then mechanism, then the implementation. My background is in 1970. I am the master for MOS, semiconductor. I designed the first calculator in Taiwan by 4 bits CPU. And I distribution for the US like TI, AMD, and the Zilog semiconductor company. 85, I designed the company designed the PC chipset by the ASIC. Today, of course, ASIC is one of the approach for the chipset to the chip. And in the 1989, I formed a joint venture with TI for DRAM. And the TIS acquired become a Acer Semiconductor Inc. Then later on merged by the TSMC. Then I become a director for TSMC for 20 years, 21 years. So I'm so great to really witness all the semiconductor evolution. And let me try to explain more about the new smiling curve. I am target Taiwan to become leader in AIoT and the AI medical area. So if you're looking at this new smiling curve, is ICT smiling curve, and this blue one is the medical service or technology smiling curve. And the new smiling curve you have looking into in the left side, they are sharing 50-50. But in the middle side is ICT as a platform to deliver all the AI or the know-how. And the right side, actually, in order to get the good experience to the patient, then we need a doctor to serve for that good experience. So this is the new smiling curve. And the 2016 is 40th anniversary of the Acer. I have new vision for the Taiwan, Innovation Island, and the Oriental civilization. This is the new vision for Taiwan. Is the first one is called semiconductor, but the second is really the application of the semiconductor. Actually, Silicon to Innovation Island. Silicon Valley, there is no silicon right now, but they represent all the innovation, new industry, new application. So Taiwan have a lot of semiconductor and the good technology. I think we should using that to continue cultivate the innovation culture. But the innovation is driven by market. Market is driving force for the innovation, but Taiwan really is too small. Market is too small. So the Taiwanese company, they are good for B2B to support all the US, Europe customer to address to the marketplace. And because it have that kind of big global market, then they have a opportunity to continue to do the innovation. The innovation is create a new value, continue to create it. But the key is how to have a balance of interest according to my new Wang Dao theory. Okay, this is very short to brief my actually I also have to conclude by today. In the past, we work with US very well in every aspect, bring all US technology to Taiwan and develop the application and support the US company to develop the market. This is the way. But right now, after I retire in the 2004, it's more than 20 years after I retire. Although I retired from Acer, but I am not retired from the society. So I do my PSR, personal social responsibility. Today I still start up some of the new zero emission project like polymer future ship, zero emission. So today about the climate change area, I think the Europe have more technology than in US. So right now today I'm working with European about like Germany sky shares for the new wind power the high altitude of the wind power for the future. And then we do the polymer zero emission ship. The ship actually is 20% ship, 80% technology. Try to leverage the technology strength in Taiwan and the position as a ship company. So this is I maybe is the oldest founder of the new business at the 80s. Okay, so this is end of my my presentation, and I believe I have a lot of book. You wish my website, Shih Foundation website, you can download all these new English book. Okay, thank you for your attention. Thank you.
Very interesting. A lot of smiling going on in the audience here, and a lot of appreciation for your work. What do you think, Francis?
I love it. I thought it was amazing. Thank you for the incredible presentation. I love the older smileys as well as the new smileys. And I love the focus on, of course, innovation, but also new mindset and implementation. And I would love to ask you, if I may, what would be your true advice for us here in Arizona when it comes to implementation? What is an innovative way of looking at implementation here in Arizona?
Okay, before answer that, I like to talking about culture issue. The Japan is #1 in the 80s, but in the 90s, just like I explained, is the paradigm shift. So they are every country or every company, they are focused on their role to work together to develop an ecosystem. But the Japanese, their culture is not that way. They like to doing everything in their group or in Japan. End up you only can strong as your weakest link. So every link, Japan is not doing so good, they were in trouble. They are not competitive internationally by this way, globally. So again, this also can be a very important mindset. Mindset is not everything doing internally. Like in early days, semiconductor company is IDM, everything doing integrated device manufacturing. And then the computer, all the computer company, they do their own semiconductor company. They even have their own many devices, components, and doing software by themselves, assembly by themselves. But today, all the computer company, including IBM, they don't making any computer right now. And their semiconductor unit also out. They are dropped. This is the right. The American is relatively more open to doing actually is initially to the disintegration approach, because the American is focused on their area. They can create the value. We partner with outside. Actually, from the labor intensive in 1960, like actually 60 start, all the semiconductor assembly is also they found their own assembly company in Asia. And end up today, they don't do that because they are outsourcing. They manage and manufacture is a culture issue. To them, they willing to focus on the area they can create more value, especially in the innovation area. So the outsourcing is really the approach, because this co-create value and then make sure not winner take all. We have a balance of interest become the way to everyone win in this new approach. And the most winner is the consumer. They enjoy all the most advanced technology and also lowest and the service of the all products. So continue to move into the disintegration. Actually, the term is from US. I learned from the US then and I come out the sliding curve in 92 because I have to re-engineering the company. In Taiwan, I give up the assembly of the computer. Wow. I don't like to involve on the low value add because we have a limited resources and we still using those resources focus on the higher value add approach. The reason TSMC go to the US is to serve the customer need. I am the board member in that time, but we also talking about how we should leverage more talent in the US to do more technology development and or more innovation approach. So if the culture today in US doing I call relative boring of the function of in the manufacture, the fab area, 24 hours and in the clean room is not good working environment. So people may don't like that way. But for semiconductor fab, although in the future will become this or more AI, more automation, but still we need someone to do that. By the way, there is one reason I like to share with you. In Taiwan, TSMC have a 9 Eagle project. In R&D area, they have 2 shifts. Every shift, 12 hours, 24 hours of the R&D continuous. While the competitor is waste, they are still making the advance of the technology. We call this is a cultural issue. You like to do that way or in US or not? That's really a big issue. But here, the key is the US really have a huge market and all the new applications. The biggest market customer is from the US in TSMC. So the customer is in US. A lot of new innovation technology are going to come from the US. So I think the global integration is so important. So I believe Arizona, they can provide a good support to TSMC, but try to make sure to leverage each other to become win-win situation.
Wow. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Shih. This is Doug Brunke with Global Chamber, and I'm here with Francis Tesmer, who asked that question. One of the things that she feels very strongly about, and we Global Chamber feel very strong about, is women in the workforce. I remember reading in Chip Wars how the initial expansion of the semiconductor industry out of the Silicon Valley came to Asia to some extent because women in Asia had small hands, and to be able to manufacture parts and of course the price differential caused Bay Area leaders to export foreign direct investment into countries like Taiwan and Malaysia. But women have a lot more to give than small hands. And so wondering about for the future, what do you feel women's role will be in the semiconductor industry? I presume brain power will be a key part of the advancements of the industry and for women in the industry. What's your view of that globally?
Okay. In Taiwan, I always talking about we don't lack talent, we only lack the platform. We need to provide a platform for everyone to cultivate, develop their own potential, and become a big contributor. That's my personal opinion. But Taiwan don't have a problem to the women because usually in Taiwan, like my wife is co-founder of the Acer. Actually, he is very powerful. She is very powerful and contributed a lot to the company. I like to take example for you. In my group, I found that today we have more than 30 publicly listed companies. We believe in entrepreneurship. We give them to become independent company. That's not a way outside of the Taiwan. We are really entrepreneur approach. Everyone have their own platform. And today, the big highest marketing cap of the group is doing the server. The chairman is a woman, and she background is political. And the first job is secretary, and they become a salesperson, and then they become a manager. Later on, become chairman of the highest marketing cap within our group. Is the granddaughter company, the third generation of the company. Yeah. Okay. This is the women in Taiwan. Their relative is very powerful. In our Acer, they have two out of 7 in the board. Okay. 2 or 3 actually, including one Japanese background, the board member. So actually, Taiwan Acer is relative also a unique global company because I mentioned about Taiwan market is so small. So there is no manufacturer at all. It's not computer company. Or the manufacturer and the R&D is spin of us a Wistron. The Wistron, of course, much better scale compared to Acer because the B2B is in Taiwan is relatively much competitive, and the branding marketing is not so easy. But in order to overcome this issue, Acer today is very unique global company. 2/3 of the employee is all foreign outside of the Taiwan, and they manage for us for all the marketplace. And we are building a new approach. All the manager, actually in Taiwan, all the employees, all are shareholder of the company. Actually, when I founded the Acer in 76, before 84, 100% of the shareholder is employee. 84 become we have an outside investor, and today we rebuild all this split and ask all the employees to become a shareholder of company. They put the money in, they buy the share from the market. Okay, they are just equally like an outside investor, small investor, but we try to build a common interest platform for everyone. Consider the company is belong to them. Okay, so this is, and we have a really, everyone have a mission or vision. The vision of the Acer is really breaking the barrier between technology and the people. So this is long term. We continue to make sure our technology is focused to make sure it's easy to use, a better experience to the end user. So this is the approach of the Acer, and because we are from Taiwan, we need a new way of the management because we learn a lot from the US practice. We learn, but because the fundamental background is different, and also the culture is different. We have to base on what we learn from US to develop our own version. So the Asia Business Institute of Management talking about our way is fourth way of the globalized. One, not US or not Europe or not Japanese way, is the small country way. From we have to make sure ourselves from nobody become somebody. Still, we still just a small somebody. But TSMC in B2B area is a big guy, is the really big body. Okay.
Mr. Matt Salmon, Representative Matt Salmon, who maybe you've met. I didn't ask him that question. I presume he met you, five-time U.S. Congressperson for Arizona, feels very deeply about Taiwan and the future of Taiwan. He's done much in his career in Washington and in Arizona to advance the progress of Taiwan as much as he can from this side. One of the questions he has for you is your view of the next steps. It would be great if we all in the world got along. It doesn't always work that way. I lived in Japan during the time when Japan seemed to be excelling beyond the US, and there was a lot of animosity. There was a lot of anti-Japanese feeling in the United States at that time. And that changed. The dynamics in the economy changed. And now the US and Japan are very, very close. Today, the US and Taiwan are very close. China, not so much. And so wondering what you see for the future. How do you view the dynamics between China and the world? And what does that mean for the future of Taiwan and the future of how we'll be either working together or not working together going forward?
Okay. Because of political systems difference, but the technology is technology and the market is market. So actually, Taiwan really help the China make all the modern industrialized. All the major export company in China is owned by Taiwanese. So we do a lot of contribution to China development in the maybe past 30 years, and until recently become a more tension right now. So of course, especially after U.S. have the conflict with China, many of the company they move outside of the China under the encouragement of the government. So I think right, but still we still do a good trade with China today, and China, because the China work with Taiwan is in economic development is relatively more effective approach. So I like to mention about back to not so related to the issues, but my past experience. I try to get the DRAM technology from Japan and also the LCD technology from Japan, but Japan is not willing to transfer technology to Taiwan. That's their mentality. But end up, I am convinced that TI to joint venture with Acer and convince IBM to transfer the LCD technology through their DTI, a joint venture with Toshiba. So, but end up all our DRAM and the LCD technology all transfer from Japan, but owned by the American. So to me, America is more open-minded, but actually today from the high-tech area, because I am only in high-tech area, they are the winner. Today, American is absolutely the winner, dominate, control the market. Even I don't agree of their culture is winner take all, winner take all is not Wang Dao philosophy. Wang Dao is talking about co-prosperity. Everyone win, balance of interest. So I think in the future, in order to continue cooperation, I think win-win relation it become very important. Like in PC, Intel control everything. We are not making margin at all. We just working for them like PC. But because of that, we develop a lot of competence. Using those competence, we are trying to move ourselves to in more high ground of the position, make more margin. That's the only way because we cannot only rely on the area like in PC, Intel control everything. But Intel in the long run may not have opportunity to control every. No leader can continue to become a leader until they really sharing with others. Okay, this very important culture of the philosophy. So actually, I already forget what your key questions. Sorry for that.
Pretty amazing. What do you think?
Unbelievable, really incredible. I love everything about it. And I learned so much more today than ever before about their approach, their goals, how they go about things, their mindset. And I love the energy that they have and how they are going about everything worldwide. I love that. I think this is great for everybody here in Arizona at ASU. You know, it's a great education.
It really is. And I wonder, I had the good fortune to catch W. Edwards Deming in a week-long training in 1985 at the beginning of my career. And I was so impressed by what he had already accomplished. And I was left with the still things he wanted to do, things he wanted to do in industry, and wondering maybe as a last question to you, what's left for you? What do you want to accomplish and how can we help you? What can we do to support what's still left for you to do?
Okay. The smile curve relatively is very popular right now, even in US, especially in Asia, China or Japan. Even my granddaughter, they study in university and the professor talking about smile curve. I'm so happy about that. It's a very, actually the Ide-san of the Sony and also Jack Welch of the GE, when I talking about smiling curve, they are really look into this is a very simple way to understand the industry value added the area. Okay, my dream is really make original from the Taiwan, actually from the Chinese, the Wang Dao new philosophy. Actually create value, balance of interest, and sustainable development. I believe is the common value all over globally. And the point is Taiwan and myself still lack of the voice. Okay, my voice still very little in the global scale. So I hope everyone, if they consider this is the new way for the future, I like to become, this is the important management philosophy because all our learn in the East, Oriental, everything we learn from the Western. So everything Western is better than Oriental, but this philosophy is from Oriental, and I believe is really good for the prosperity and the peace. Okay, for everyone, because the mission is everyone should equally treat and everyone have a need, always opportunity. And today I try to make Wang Dao, new Wang Dao become very popular in Taiwan. I also work with academic, try to doing more paper about Wang Dao globally in English. And this is my mission, try to make sure I can contribute to the global society in my small way here. From nobody know the Taiwan until TSMC becomes so important for the national security and also industry security. But I hope Taiwan is small, but is very critical. Actually, in 1999, when we have earthquake in Taiwan, this week cover story talking about why Taiwan matters. Actually, Taiwan is matters. In political, it's not nobody, but in the economic industry is influence to the globally. Actually, the cover story talking about the matter is without Taiwan, the economy cannot run. That's the mission. It is the position of the Taiwan become a hidden critical contributor. Okay, so
Wow.
we are still work very hard, but as a global citizen, we have to contribute on our own way. And I think the next is really the medical. The first tier of top notch of the talent in Taiwan is study the medical. The science and engineer is 1.5 tier. The first tier is really the medical, and but their contribution to the global society is limited. It's the time I identify is the area the medical talent should work with ICT talent together to contribute to the global society. I speak a lot to them. I talking with them is my mission to make sure all the doctor they can while they are asleep, they can contribute to the global society through their know-how in convert into the AI, convert into the electronic devices or instruments. So this is my mission because they are really good talent, the best talent in Taiwan, better than the technology. Okay, so this is my next big challenge. Actually, when I set up a vision, I have a patience to take 20 or 30 years to realize that it takes time, but it's one philosophy. In wishful, in direct, intangible future is the invisible value. We have to commit ourselves for that. Okay.
Fantastic. I love it. Great. Incredible.
We're just so happy to have the chance to speak with you. Love you're still driven to change. You're still driven to have an impact. You're having an impact, and we thank you for all of your work. Thank you very much, Mr. Shih.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Shih.